Hey everyone, this is RealGolfersTalk.com. I'm Jason, I'm your host, and we're ready to jump in to the greenbrier, which I don't know if you guys have seen the leaderboard, but what the fuck happened? Out of my favorites, it's at least not what I thought, not what I was expecting. Again, when you don't have a lot of people in the field that, you know, all these favorites, Dustin Johnson, Spieth, and McIlroy, you're going to get this kind of leaderboard. But even still, when you look at the names and you look at who's on the leaderboard, you're scratching your head. For lack of a better term, it's a head scratcher. But leading the tournament 9 under is Sebastian Munoz. I know, right? Who's that guy? Sebastian Munoz shot 9 under, 61. Wow, didn't see that coming at all. Again, don't really know the guy. You know, I've seen him play in tournaments, but hasn't been doing anything close to this. It's good for him, though. I mean, to get his name out there for his family, his friends, and all that sort of thing. It's really good for him there. But again, if you're a fan of golf and you're watching a guy shoot 9 under par, now you're going to watch and pay attention. Like, what kind of guy what kind of game does he have? Is he good? Is he going to falter? And that's what we expect, right? We expect this guy to come out tomorrow and falter because we don't know who he is. We've never seen him play. And usually that happens. When you shoot a low number like that, the next round is usually not that good a one. Maybe you get lucky and shoot a couple under. Otherwise, it's usually even par or even a step back. There's a lot of pressure on himself now because of the fact that he shot such a low round and has a 2-shot lead. So, I mean, it's really good for him, though. Congratulations for him to make that. But now all the pressure is going to be on the TV and everybody's going to be watching him. So we'll see what that kind of pressure does to the young kid. As far as who's in second place, you got Davis Love III. A 7 under par. Davis Love III is like 50-some years old. Why is that? Again, you would never think this guy is going to be in second place. But again, you know, it's not like he doesn't have the credentials to be there. He's won major championships. He's had a great career so far. I mean, the guy is almost done with his, PGA career. He's just playing tournaments he likes and stuff, and he loves this place. But, after the change into the golf course, the contours switching up with the greens and all that, you just don't expect him to come out and shoot that kind of number. But again, just shows the ageless numbers of golf that when we've seen guys coming out now in the past, 5 years that just seem to put together wins in their 40s and, even Davis Love. I think it was last year that he won. I mean, sometimes you just have a week, and if he can have a week, he knows how to do it. He's won. So, but it's just not what you think when you take a look at the leaderboard. So he's 7 under par in second place. Then you got a group of guys that are at 6 under, and a lot of them you maybe expect to be there, maybe you don't. For me, you got Danny Lee at 6 under, one of my favorites to win the tournament. I expect to see that. That's a good score. Had no bogeys, played a great round of golf. So that's good to see him get to 6 under and shoot that kind of score. So really happy to see that. Then you get Nick Taylor. Again, another guy that's just, he's played decent this year. He's played good for the past month or so, but just not someone that you think is going to keep shooting 6 under, 6 under, 6 under and win a tournament. So, but he'll be interesting to watch because, again, he's played well. Can he keep it going? Can he be consistent enough to get there? These are the question marks about golf. Usually when you put these guys in a position where they're on the leaderboard, what do they do the next day? And most of the time, when you don't have the experience, they end up faltering. So we'll see what kind of game he has in round 2 and what the other guys have. You got Ben Martin, who isn't as crazy to be up there because, again, he had a top 5 finish last week. He's won. He's he's been on the leaderboards plenty of times. He understands the game of golf. So you can see that where it's not as drastic. But then you get Graham DeLette. And again, Graham DeLette's never won, but his putter is just so off and on that it's like okay. I mean, when the guy putts well, he can win, but he just hasn't. And he has a good game, and he's a great ball striker. But it's just he's been on the leaderboards lately and just seems to falter. So he's one of those guys that keeps faltering when it comes into a position where they have to now have more pressure on himself because now they're on the leaderboard. So he's another guy. And then Xander Schauffele from San Diego, he shot 6 under par. Another guy, again, you're going to be like, all right, well, is he going to falter back, whatever. But, he's had some good play over the past month and a half, too, just like Nick Taylor. So he's been around playing well. So, good for them. But you got a group of guys that are at 6 under that played really well. The greenbrier, there were some low scores out there, obviously, with the rain, lift clean in place in the fairway. Obviously, the greens were softer, so they weren't as fast. Makes it a little bit easier for guys to go after flags. So obviously that worked out for guys that were on their game with their iron play and hitting the ball in the fairway. So it was a good round. Tomorrow should be more dry, a little bit faster green. So we'll see how that works out for these guys. For notables, Phil Mickelson shot 3 under par, which was good because having Tim, his brother, in the bag. It seemed to be a little different for Phil. Obviously, with Bones, they would have these conversations and talk and say things, and every shot they had to talk about. Oh, okay, is this shot or is this shot? But this was more Phil just talking about a club, going, "Hey, I'm gonna read about this club." Boom, grab the club, hit the ball. So the conversation wasn't there. The green, he didn't help him on the greens, read any putts or anything. So maybe this is a good thing for Phil, though. Maybe this is what Phil kind of imagined, going to more where, hey, I've been playing golf for all this time. Maybe I need to get away from questioning every shot or thinking about every shot to the utmost and kind of just pick something and just stick to it. And maybe that'll help me. I mean, shooting 3 under is a very respectable score. 67, I expect to see the same thing out of him tomorrow. So he played well. Maybe this whole brother thing works out for him. Obviously it's sad to not, as a fan, you love to, listen to the conversation so you can hear what they're saying, but maybe this is good for Phil. We'll get enough of that from Jordan Spieth and a few other guys, so, but like I said, maybe it's good for Phil. And then Bubba Watson shoots 1 under, very up and down day. My God, with the putter. He made some great putts that were long, made a great par save from 40-something feet. And then he just has this other putting stroke where you're like, oh my God, it's so bad to watch. He has no confidence in his putter whatsoever. Zero confidence. The thing is he's won 2 major championships. He's won the Masters twice. He's got 2 green jackets. And he's won with having no putter, really. He's got to find something. He's got to figure out a way to have confidence in his putter. Because I don't get how a guy that can shape shots the way he can do it and hit the ball as far as he can doesn't have a putting stroke at all. It's not good. It's just not. It's just not good. It's terrible. And he knows that. He has to be watching that going, good Lord, what the fuck was that? Because that's what I'm saying when I watch it. I'm watching this guy putt a ball and going, what the fuck? I can give him a putting stroke instruction. Fuck, my putting stroke isn't like that. I mean, not that it's the best ever, but Jesus, can't be worse than that. So, anyways, those are the notables of the actual Greenbrier tournament and all that. As far as for Rory Mcilroy goes, you guys have heard me a few times be very critical of Rory and this whole putter change and the putting stroke and all this. This is difficult for me. I like Rory Mcilroy. Rory Mcilroy is a guy that, when he's on it, I love to watch him. I like to watch him play anyways because he hits the ball a mile. And he's so, he's ripped, but, he's not, it's 170, something like that. But he's just dominant when he's good. And the reason why is because he hits the ball close to the hole. He hits the ball in the fairway, he hits the ball close to the hole, and then the looking bad with the putter doesn't happen. The problem with McIlroy is he doesn't hit greens the same way. He misses short, he misses left, he misses right, he misses long. He's just not accurate with his iron play at all. His wedges, they're gone. They're just not there. He just has no confidence whatsoever in that. But he's blaming it on his putter. Fucking 33 putts today. And European Tour, I know we're talking about the Irish Open right now. I'm just going to touch on this because I'm so fucking tired of Rory McIlroy blaming his fucking putter. It's not the fucking putter. It is the fucking ball striking. You are not putting it where it needs to be on the green. When you got to go over fucking hills and left and right, you're not going to putt well. Unless you're Jordan Spieth, you're not going to putt well. There's no way you can be 40 feet from the hole on every hole and assume to play good golf. The reason why you've won PGA championships and the Open Championship and the US Open is because of the fact you put the ball closer to the hole. You've never been a dominant putter. Ever in your life have you ever been a dominant putter. It makes no sense why you blame a putter. I have no idea why you think the putter is the problem. You need to get the ball closer to the hole. And that's fucking it. There's no other excuse for it. Stop blaming the putter. You're never going to be a great putter. You're not a terrible putter, and you've made some great putts, but you're not a great putter. You're an average putter. And the only way for you to win is to put the ball closer to the hole. I've watched you forever. I've seen you play. You have never been a great putter. Stop blaming the putter. You use all these putters, and guess what? It's the same result every time. When the ball's close to the hole, you win. When it's not, you don't. So stop blaming it. Oh, I need to drink a beer for them. That's fucking annoying. But I will defend Rory Mcilroy for one reason right now. There was this tweet thing going on between him, Rory Mcilroy, and Steve Elkington. Now, when Rory missed the cut of the U.S. Open, Steve Elkington talked about, he's just not caring about the game. He's got his $100 million and this and that. And Rory fired back. He goes, actually, it's $200 million, blah, blah, blah. And they get in this Twitter battle. So Rory does a smart thing, gives his phone to his wife, has the passwords changed, doesn't want to do social media, says that, hey, I'm leaving it alone for a while because, I understand the media and fans and everything like that are going to say something, but when it's a former PGA Tour player, he knows what we deal with. The fans don't, the media doesn't, but he should know what's going on, and it's difficult to hear criticism from that kind of standpoint when they don't know what we deal with on an everyday basis, but he does. Completely accurate, and 100% agree with that. I can talk about Rory Mcilroy and this and that. I don't know what happens outside of the ropes, what he does outside of golf. I have no idea what that kind of pressure is like. I couldn't. I don't know what it's like to play in the PGA Tour. I know what it's like to golf, recreationally. I don't know what it's like to compete. But I do know that when I watch it, because I watch it every week and I watch every shot and I see everything that happens, I do know what can be fixed and those kind of things. So I can talk about that. But I could never talk about something that I don't understand. Okay? But there's certain things that should be said, and there's certain things that shouldn't be said. Steve Elkington, you're a fucking idiot. That's right. I'm calling you a fucking idiot. How are you a former major championship winner, played on the PGA Tour, and you're going to fucking bring up his money? How do you bring up this guy's money? That's none of your fucking business. It's none of your business how much money he has. Did you not watch him in the fucking Ryder Cup? Oh, I don't know if you know this. They don't get paid for that shit. That is all for pride, for their country. Has nothing to do with money. And you're over here talking about his fucking paychecks? You're a fucking moron. You have no right to ever bring that up. Rory Mcilroy has heart and desire, and it's not just about a fucking paycheck. And he shows that every time he plays. The guy's broken golf clubs on the course. The guy has fist pumped all crazy. He went insane at the Ryder Cup. The guy loves golf. He's been around since a kid. He knows and loves this game. Okay? So you have no right to ever fucking talk about his money. Because some people make $2 million, some people make $200 million. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay? He has the ability and the talent to make $200 million. And you have no right to fucking say that he doesn't have the heart like that. You can't attack someone because they struggle at a fucking U.S. Open. It's a U.S. Open. Did Dustin Johnson make the cut? No. Did Jason Day make the cut? No. So don't be talking about Rory fucking McIlroy. My God, you're a fucking moron. So tired of these fucking people coming out here and acting like they fucking know. We don't know. I don't know what it's like to have $200 million, but I'm certainly not going to go over here and talk about Rory McIlroy and he has no heart and blah, blah, blah. I would never fucking come out and say something, he just cares about his paycheck. Fuck you, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Anyways, before I blow a head gasket and pass out. Anyways, definitely going to drink a couple fucking beers after this. Maybe more than a couple. But anyways, the greenbrier, the rest of the week should be interesting to see. Tomorrow should be really interesting to see with round 2 and everything. But hopefully Rory figures out his struggles with his short game and the iron play. That's what he needs to focus on, not the putter. But hopefully that's all gets worked out. And again, guys, feedbacks, comments on any of this stuff, please let me know. But this is Real Golfers Talk. I'm Jason. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.